Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Kryptocraft with your host, Nighthawk. We are over in the factory today, and we're going to be doing a little bit of upgrades here. We're going to start by upgrading our industrial blast furnace so that we are able to process titanium, or rather tungsten, and possibly even, we should even be able to have this up where it can process to make the hot tungsteel bars. We don't have a vacuum freezer yet, but that will come soon as well. And with that, we'll open up quite a bit more of the tech tree for us. I've got all of the materials in my inventory right now, so we're going to start. It's going to be a little bit of crafting for this episode, but I hope you guys enjoy having a little bit of that variety. And let's see, we are going to start by working our way to the highly advanced machine blocks. And first we need a batch of these machine parts. And then we need to... Actually, we need more than that. We need 4 of these. We're going to make... I should just put these in this way and put the rest of the steel over here. We need... Thought I got 4 of those already. We need 4 of these steel machine hulls to make our machine blocks. I'm going to put those back in the middle. And we're going to go alternate chrome and platinum. Should have done that. Oh, that's because it's supposed to be titanium. Let's get the right metal here. There we go. There's our 4 highly advanced machine blocks. Now the next thing we need to make are some data storage devices. And for that we need pulsating chipsets surrounded by emeralds. And there are way too many things in this project table right now. We need 8 of those, which we are going to immediately turn into... That should be right. Why isn't that right? That should be the right recipe. Uh-oh, this may be a problem. Because what I need is these data control circuits. And I should be able to use a data storage circuit. Or can I not use the data storage circuit and the pulsating chip? I thought that was one of the options. Oh, it needs chrome. No, platinum. Oh, there we go. Shiny, so pulsating, so that would be chrome. So apparently I need... Or did I... Oh, I just put that in the wrong place. That's the whole problem. There we go. Get out 8 of these. And now we can turn these into our... There we go. Put our machine blocks in there. And grab our chrome. Surround it like so. And grab out 16 of these advanced machine casings. Now, I've got a bucket here, because if you remember when we built this, in order to increase its capacity, the heat capacity, we have in the middle of this lava. And we don't want to accidentally drop any of our machine parts into that lava, because that would cause much problems. But we'll take down all of the reinforced casing on the middle. Now, I believe we only have to change this middle 2 layers over to the advanced machine casing like this. And we're going to put our lava back in, because the lava does still increase the heat capacity. And then we go and we'll cover this back up with the reinforced casing, as we do. There we go. And now it says it has a valid structure again, and our heat capacity is now upgraded to 3000. Now what that lets us do is we are going to run down to the storage room real quick and we'll grab 2 stacks of the tungsten dust. Head back upstairs again. And let's get these in here and give it a try. We're at full power on the MFE. So there we go. Our tungsten is cooking. I don't know what the recipe time is. Let's look at this real quick. Apparently you can... Oh, you can turn tungsten into wolframium cells very, very quickly. But it takes about a minute and a half to make each tungsten into an ingot. So it'll take a little bit of time. We'll let it do one, and then we'll take, since we can, we'll make a hot tungsteel bar. Just for fun. I'm going to put the rest of this tungsten in this chest here, just because, just for safekeeping. And let's look at these recipes here. So this also takes about 2 minutes to make the hot tungsteel. Now the next thing for that purpose will be a vacuum freezer. I haven't looked at how we make these. Looks like a couple of pumps, some refined iron, and some basic advanced circuits. How do we make these? Machine block casing, the mining pipe. So those aren't too bad. And then the reinforced glass, which will be the hardest one to make just because we don't have it hanging around. But we do have the advanced alloy to make that. And our first tungsten bar is just about done. There we go. We'll put those back in and turn it into a hot tungsteel bar. I don't know if there's anything else that this hot tungsteel is used for. Doesn't look like it. But we can use it with reinforced stone, iridium reinforced tungsten steel block. Wow, you can... How do we make that? Reinforced stone with iridium. Interesting. This is one of the bigger things that we can use it for, is making these mixed metal ingots in larger quantities. Particularly if we... Let's see. Particularly if we... because we'll be... once we get the vacuum freezer put together, which... I don't have the materials pulled together quite yet, but I will pull those together shortly, just because I don't want to run around the whole episode grabbing all that stuff. But that will be the plans. Now, something else that I've done, I haven't really changed much on the roof yet, but I did add one little thing over here. Now, I've mentioned that... Whoa, before I show that, I mentioned that I'm planning on falling off this ledge, that I'm planning on building a tower up here. It occurred to me that this tower size, which this wall is actually in the wrong place for it to be square like it's supposed to start, it occurred to me that this would be about the right size for a fusion reactor. So I did a layout of one. Now, obviously, this is just dirt. This isn't a real fusion reactor. The fusion reactor is a little bit expensive, and I don't have the materials pulled together yet, but I thought I would get the layout together so that I could figure out how many blocks that I actually needed and start gathering resources for that. The primary purpose that I want the fusion reactor for is power production. These things produce ridiculous amounts of power and are, at least in the version of GregTech that we are running right now with the Minecraft pack, are not too expensive to keep running. You just need to keep them supplied with cells, which most the cells that you're typically going to run on it are pretty easy to make, if I remember right. So I think what I'll end up doing is, once I get all the parts for this and get the tower built up, probably about at least 1 or 2 stories up on this tower, just to provide some room for it. It just seems like one of those things that you either bury in a basement or put up high in your technology tower. So I think that's where it's going to go. As it turns out, it takes a total of, I think it was 24 coil blocks that go all the way around the outside here. They do have to be laid out in this pattern, and then the fusion reactor block in the middle. Now, to make all of those, if we look at these, we need these iridium neutron reflectors, which are a real pain to make. We need superconductors, which require the superconductor covers. Actually, the other superconductor recipe is easier. Give me this one. This one, you just need tungsten, some cooling cells, and these energy flow circuits, and it makes 4 of them, so this is the recipe that I'm planning on using. The fusion reactor, also quite a bit of a pain to make. It's actually not too bad. The supercondensators are the harder part. But yeah, that's going to be on the long-term project list, assuming that we get there before we end up upgrading the server. Like I said, the walls are not quite in the right place. This is where the corner should be to make it a correct size, correctly square. I somehow didn't end up with it square. So that's on that to-do list. Now, the next thing on the to-do list for the factory is actually to, on this level, to turn off, or just put together a power substation. And I don't have the materials gathered, but that's going to be coming up real soon. And I may even just take a quick break and gather some resources real quick. I'll be right back. And welcome back. I've gone ahead and collected some supplies to aid us in our efforts to upgrade our power system here. It's going to take a little while to do some of the rearranging that's going to be necessary to completely organize this power system the way I would like it to be. Some of this stuff is kind of messy. We need to move, for example, all of these geothermal generators. We need to move into a power production system that will be up on the 2nd floor. Now, you'll notice that I've got all of this wool in various places around. What I'm doing is I'm marking the power levels that these different cables are going to be at. On this level, where this wire is going down, I'm planning on boxing this in so that this corner of the room just kind of disappears a little bit. Probably just one column here and here where the torch is, so that it just kind of disappears a little bit without being too intrusive. And that's kind of the best place that I could find to bring that wire down. I was going to bring it down from the other side, and it may still get moved over there at some point. But for now, I think I'm going to have it come down at that spot. And this is marked in red because this is going to be high voltage a high voltage wire. And this wire over here is one of the current wires. It's currently a low voltage wire. Low voltage is only carrying up to 32 EU per tick, where the high voltage is going to be carrying up to 512. Might actually bring that down as the extreme voltage later on, but for now it'll do as high voltage. Then this wire connects all of the existing machines together and comes from all the generators. Because it's connected to all the generators, and it also connects to the array of machines in this room, then this currently needs to be low voltage. Now, everything past this wall here can actually be connected at medium voltage, as can the MFEs that are in place for the industrial grinder. I had a creeper explode on me and blow up with the one industrial grinder that we had hooked up. And we haven't been using that lately, so I haven't reconnected it yet, or remade it yet. So basically what needs to happen is we're going to disconnect here. That may be a problem. I probably shouldn't disconnect that quite yet because the blast furnace is still running right now. I think... What do I have up there? I need to check and see what I have on that. I think that is actually... Oh, that's connected directly. That needs to be low voltage as well. So let's go over here and mark this low voltage. Nice little hole. Let's fill that in with some stone for the time being. So this needs to be low voltage before it goes up to the industrial compressor, blast compressor. So what we need to do now is we need to take, before we connect the MFSUs on the second floor, let's take and convert, do a bit of conversion here. Now we know we want to take low voltage to our blast compressor here. Oh shoot. I tell you, this drill, when it doesn't, or when you don't want it to be, is very, very efficient at cutting things apart. Okay, so there's our wire. Let's take a low voltage transformer, and I believe if we go like this, that's our output. Or no, we want the three holes here as the input from this side. So let's cut back some of this wire. So this will make sure that we only send low voltage up to our device here. Now we want to take, for the time being, we actually want to take and, whoa, come back here. I'm ignoring this floor for the moment. I will need to bring MV out to the recycler array, but for the moment we want to take a medium voltage transformer and stick it there, and we should be able to, let's take these out because we are changing this to medium voltage. Now if we put a lever right here, that's now providing medium voltage to, that was, hang on, that shouldn't have exploded. I think we just made an MFE explode. But But this shouldn't... This should take and go up to 128. Hang on one moment. Okay, I know what I did wrong here. What I actually wanted to do was put a low voltage transformer in there and use that to convert from low voltage to medium voltage. With the transformers, when you apply a redstone signal, instead of going from high to low, they go from low to high. And the medium transformers go from 512 down to 128, or from 128 up to 512. Whoops. So what I did was I actually did bake one of the MFEs, specifically the MFE that is powering our blast furnace. Now, fortunately, it did not kill the blast furnace, so we do have that. Now, this should be getting power, unless that is facing the wrong way. Let's cut this out of the way. Which direction is that facing? That's not what it was supposed to do. I may have to move the... Whoa! Let me up. Let's go ahead and take the tungsten out and put it right there. We'll take that out of the way, and let's get our MFE working again. Let me see. There we go. Okay, now it's charging up. Let's take our blast furnace, put it back. There we go. That's charging up, so that is working. Unfortunately, it cost me an MFE in the process. Okay, so this rail here, this line, is now medium voltage, so we need to be careful what we connect to that now. We can bring this line over and reconnect it to this low voltage transformer, and then we can also take a medium transformer and attach these two lines together. So now we're going to be bringing the high voltage at 512 into this transformer and connecting it to the this line here. Now that won't power the machines up here, because this transformer is only increasing the voltage. It won't take it back to the this power here, but that is okay. Now the other place that we need to... Where are you at? The other place that we need to connect, and this is mostly because I use this power. We'll need to connect the... Where is he at? He must be down one floor. This is mostly because I do use the this power for recharging devices right now. There we go. That will work. Now, the next thing we need to do is actually go connect the the MFSUs to the solar panel array. And the way I want to do that is to put this in place and charge that up more. Let's put a piece of cyan wool there just to mark it as being medium. Because the MFEs will, or MFSUs will take high voltage, I'd like to, and we will eventually have bigger solar panels that will output higher voltages as well. I want to bring the highest voltage into these guys that they will carry. And we're going to set these right here for now. Connect them like so. And they are going to charge up. It's going to take them quite a while to actually charge up with our current power output. And then what we do is we take the output from these, which again is still high voltage, and we connect it as we do. So now these MFSEs, or MFSUs rather, can power our devices down in the lower floors, and we can also come down here and disconnect this ugly line going up into, whoops, disconnect that line. And now these furnaces, these geothermal generators, can still power our they can still power everything out here. They will actually be the only thing that can power like the extractor and the centrifuge and singularity compressor and these devices, at least for now. I do plan on moving the geothermal production up top, and then we'll shift around how we actually produce power as well. Now we also have this Lapatronic storage unit. I don't know exactly where it came from, but I think I am actually going to make use of it in the future and build a bunch of the LESU blocks that go with it and make something out of them on the roof. Well, not on the roof, but on the power distribution floor. So we'll, if you have ideas of something to make, any specific design to make out of them, because basically they just all have to be connected. They don't have to be any specific shape. So if you have any ideas on what we should make out of them, let me know. And with that, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!